Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas. Hello, I'm Billy Cobbin, the Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy. And I'm Denise.
And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
Isaiah. Hey, Isaiah, you there?
I'm here.
Look, man, that's not us, is it? Watch this real quick. Here we go. That was, you know what I did yesterday? I unplugged. Whoa, man, look at this.
That's us. Hey.
Man, we rolling. We rolling. Your shirt's pink. I like that pink on you, by the way, dude. I told you that when I saw you this morning.
I've been told it's my color.
I've been told it's my color. I like that pink shirt, my friend. I always like to make up songs. It's not.
I have one. People always laugh because I will say the difference between pink and salmon, and they're like, "Oh, it's just pink, man. You're too into it. It's not salmon. It's pink." But then I have a shirt that is salmon, and I will wear them in back-to-back days just to prove the point of it's two different colors.
I never thought about salmon being a different color, man.
Yeah, it's a little different shade of pink.
You're
It is still pink,
teaching me
though.
this morning, Isaiah. Isaiah Berry here, everyone, this morning.
You know,
to see you,
just
man.
a color and fashion expert here.
I'm like, I readjusted my camera to like this. It's like a richer color thing. But when you wear black, you like fade it. I mean, it's dark, right? Look at that, man.
Yeah.
Like you fade into the background, man.
It's almost like very great upgraded graphics on a video game.
Very Berry. Very, very, very Berry. If you were wearing a red shirt, you'd be very Berry. But if you're wearing this shirt, you're not.
Yeah. You almost blend into the wall back there.
It's good to see you, man.
Yes, sir.
How you been, Isaiah?
Oh, living the dream. At least that's what they tell me.
All right. Whenever people say living the dream, I got to ask, what is the dream? You knew that was coming, right?
Well, you know, nightmares are dreams, too.
Okay.
No. Everything's
you ain't
been
doing
going
that.
well. No, it's going well, just working and trying to put on some great events and things of that nature and kind of just getting ingrained into the community here in Huntsville. So,
well, that's great. You're doing a great job. We'll start our official intro. We want to welcome all of you in. Thanks for hanging out with us here on another episode of Good Morning Huntsville as we get rolling here on a very, very wonderful, not a wacky, but a wonderful Wednesday.
yes.
Big thank you to Elliot Herzlich from Elliot's Jewelers. He's online at elliotsjewelers.com for all your jewelry needs. Check out my good friend Elliot Herzlich. You can set up that appointment online. Again, his website, elliotsjewelers.com. Big supporter of our program, helping us going now, almost 3 years, and we are here on this episode number 560 on the second to last day of July.
Man, it seems like just yesterday I kind of watched you guys go through that 500 episode, and
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, now we're at 560.
60 more, like 3 months later, we're still rolling, and I want to give a big shout out to tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Ray and Kick. Hey, Kick, what's up, buddy? It's like my son. My son. We were joking around, and somehow we started calling him Roger. I have a cousin named Roger, so we started calling Caden Roger, and he's taken that on now. And he's like, "Daddy, Roger, I'm Roger." I'm like, "You're Caden, but we'll start calling you Roger." So Kick, not Rick. I said Kick, K and Kick. It's because K has a K, and then Rick is. So.
You know how they put famous couples' names together, like what was it, Bennifer for Ben Affleck and Jennifer Aniston?
Bennifer.
That's K and Rick. Kick. That's their put together name.
Apparently, Liam Nielsen, is that his name? I think so. Liam Nielsen. You know I have a very specific set of tools. You know what I'm talking about, that guy? I have a very specific set of skills. I know how to use them. We will find you when you're sleeping. Well, apparently and he's like in his 70s. Well, he and Pamela Anderson have sparked up a romance. And so I was thinking of what would their mix be? You know, Liama, because Liam. PM.
Pam and Liam.
PM. What's up, PM? Oh, not much. Just over here. Just had a bunch of water.
Oh, I'm just out here finding people.
I'm just out here over the tree. I had a bunch of water. Pam.
Hey, good. It's old PM.
Sounds like a good East Texas. We have another boy. I'm gonna name him PM. PM Hip.
Hey,
look, or PM Hip.
There you go.
Don't. Okay, here's.
Don't listen to us for baby names.
No.
I don't know if.
And don't in an M. I'm just saying.
So many nighttime jokes are riding in my head from that.
I know a guy named Paul Mason, and I never thought of it, but now here it is, PM.
You know, it reminds me of. I used to think whenever I was a kid, why did every man have two first names? Because the names were always initialized. You know, it's always G.W. Bush, or G.H.W. But it's like, why are there so many initials in these names? And I would just think to myself, like, is every adult male just being born with two names or two first names, essentially? No, they're just initializing their children's names from birth. You know, why is a 7-year-old named E.L. Whitaker?
Yeah, I know a bunch of people with names like that. IG.
With
Israel,
the initialized first names.
IG Liggins. Great dude here in Huntsville, by the way. Brother Liggins, if you don't know him, he's got the gospel show.
And they're usually very well put together guys.
CF, that's another one. Hazelwood, he's a preacher here. CF.
I don't know. Maybe it was an era or that time period where that was just the thing to do.
What's your middle initial?
D.
ID. See?
It'd be ID Barry.
Oh, that's cool, though.
My old age, I may go by that.
ID. What's up, ID?
Just start putting that on my business cards.
That sounds legit.
I might run for office with that.
Mine is RG.
If someone told you vote for Mr. ID Barry.
Oh, I would.
That's, much like Isaiah Barry is still going, but ID Barry I want to go meet that guy.
Yeah, it sounds prestigious.
I may change to that.
Ed, we're here on the late news tonight. It's ID Barry. ID, over to you. See, it's got that ring to it. Well, this is ID Barry reporting.
It's like a school superintendent.
ID
Barry.
Yeah. Let us know this morning. Here's where we're going. You're wondering, why are y'all doing this? Where are you going? Here's where we're going with this morning. Let us know of any initials of names that you know of that just have a good ring to them. Any initials of names that have a good ring to them, like ID Barry. That just, I like it, man.
Yeah, hey, we may have found something today.
I wonder what Rick's middle name is.
The world may never know.
I'll have to figure out. Mine would be RG, which is it's kind of got a little ring to it, but it's not that. It's not like ID.
No, Robert Griffin, RG3.
But
it's just the 3 at the end makes his cool.
The 3 is legit. Yeah. Hey, you brought up something good. That is, David Robinson is my all-time greatest hero in the sports world. All these other dudes, they think they got it going on. Man, they ain't got nothing on David Robinson. That dude was the same. He was so committed. He was at the Naval Academy and was drafted number 1 in the NBA way back in the 80s. went to the San Antonio Spurs. Then when Tim Duncan joined him, became a powerhouse. Won way more championships than the Houston Rockets. Anyways, the Spurs have just got it going on back in the day, and that dude, David Robinson, never changed who he was when he got so popular. Won the league MVP, the Finals MVP, everything you could think of. He's won it all, but he never let it get to his head. And when he got into the league, he said, I want to play ball. I'm ready to play ball, but I got to finish up my commitment to my country first. And he finished up his work at the Naval Academy and then started playing ball, got really involved in San Antonio.
Yeah.
A man of faith.
Yeah.
Very involved. He's a minute while he was playing, he became a minister at the Oaks Church there under Max Lucado in San Antonio. It used to be the Oaks Church of Christ, and they kind of changed a little bit of their theology, so they dropped the of Christ. And it's just the Oaks. It's still a great church. And Max Lucado, everybody knows him, as an author. But he became a minister at the Oaks Church there under Max. I thought, man, how cool is that? And the dude was so humble.
I never knew that. I didn't know he'd become a minister. I mean, I was always a fan just because anytime you can be the star of something and kind of just take the credit, whether you're winning or losing, you want to be that star. That always I respected about David Robinson. Whether the Spurs won or lost, he would put it on himself as the leader of the team. Instead of when it easily could have gone to Greg Popovich or just anybody else on the team. He could have been, I'm the admiral. I'm not going to take this. But to know that he became a minister, even after saying, I'm going to finish up my work with the Navy before I go make millions of dollars playing basketball. It's something to respect.
Dude didn't play around, man.
But I feel the same. Wasn't there, what was his name? Was Reggie White? He became a minister playing defensive tackle in the NFL. Yeah.
No, didn't know about it.
Same thing. He played, I want to say he played for the Packers in the 90s. And he became a minister while he was playing, and they used to call him the minister. That was his nickname.
The minister.
That's a cool nickname. If you're gonna go out there and sack quarterbacks every Sunday, being called the minister that's a tough one.
You better pray before you get hit by that dude, man.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I do want to give some shout-outs real quick. Autumn Wheaton joining us this morning, and she said that salmon is an orangey pink or pinky orange. Look at it, pinky orange.
Pinky orange.
Pinky orange, depending on the mix.
As long as you don't say it's the same as pink. See, she has to put the differentiation, the pinky orange. Because if you saw salmon, you're not going to see it as the same color shirt that I have on now, but this is pink.
Mm-hmm. Autumn was asking, wasn't Robinson from the Spurs? I like how she put in parentheses from the Spurs because she knows what. I mean, come on, we ain't talking Rockets over here in Huntsville. Oh. And she said, that's
a debate for another show.
She said, wasn't he known as the mailman? No, that was Carl Elbow Malone was the mailman.
Yes,
Carl Malone.
I always wondered, why did they call him the mailman? Like, what's the significance of basketball and being called the mailman?
He looked like a mailman, kind of big, like stocky mailman. You don't want to mess around. If he delivered your package wrong, you don't even call him. You're like, just keep it, bro.
No, yeah, you
don't
leave him
mess
alone.
with
The dog is afraid of him when he comes.
Yeah,
the dog scares the mailman. The mailman, the dog gets scared of Karl Malone when he comes.
That dude threw so many elbows back in the day with the Utah Jazz and John Stockton. It was the weirdest duo in NBA history. I know we don't talk a lot of sports on this show. It's not, but just seeing Karl Malone, this huge dude, and then you got this little white dude, John Stockton, and they made such a great team.
Yeah.
But I always thought of John Stockton as like his little sidekick, like put his head on his hand, hey buddy,
The thing is, John Stockton has the record for most assists, like ever, and I don't think that's gonna ever be broken.
Well, and it's
because he played with Karl Malone.
He had him, yeah.
You think of like, if I could become the greatest at something because my teammate is the greatest at something, that is the epitome of it.
Well, another thing too, John Stockton, when the guy entered the league, he already looked like he was like 50 years old. The guy didn't look like he was a young dude. He looked like he was an old man as soon as but he never changed though. That same look, he probably still looks that same way today, man.
That was a common theme with guys back then. I find, and again, I'm showing my age here now, but I always see pictures of guys from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and they'll be like, yeah, this is a picture of this guy when he was an 18-year-old rookie. And I'm like, that guy looks 49. How is he an 18-year-old rookie? Like, guys back then, they had full beards at like 17, and they were like gigantic barrel-chested
Think of like
dudes.
Tropic
Like,
Thunder.
yeah, I'm like, man, are we eating too many processed foods? Like, I did not look like that at 18.
You're thinking of Will Ferrell and Tropic Thunder. They all look like that, in that funny
Yeah.
movie. Well, we're mentioning all this because I'm recovering from a basketball injury about a week and what is today? Wednesday? So what was 10 days ago, I decided we were going to shoot a little hoop. We had upwards camps here at first with volleyball and basketball. Big shout out, by the way, to Sam Houston volleyball. Coach Matt Cash came. He's one of the assistant coaches under Coach Gray and her daughter. Coach Gray's been there for 40 years, a legend at Sam Houston. But Coach Cash had came. He's an awesome dude. He's been over there now about 5 years, and he brought the whole team. All the girls came. And it was neat because they had one-on-one interaction with the volleyball campers. And we did 2 sessions of basketball, 2 different age groups, and 2 volleyball. Probably had about 65, 70 kids here last week, 3 days in a row. It was really neat. But then as the reward for the helpers, pastor over here, Jason, awesome dude, he said, man, let's all play basketball at 4:30. And dude, I was feeling it from the 3-point line. I'm not gonna lie, but then I decided I was gonna start driving in, and dude, I can't do that anymore. And I went to jump, and just something right here decided it was gonna be like a little rubber band, a little Stretch Armstrong. But still not feeling too. It's feeling better, but it wasn't what it was. You've been shooting some hoop, man.
Man, yeah, I'm not suffering from any hurt body part, just hurt pride, essentially. We went.
You getting showed up over at Ironworks, man.
Man, we went over and played. It's the high schoolers, man. They show you real quick how fast evolution goes, man. Like, you go in and you think like, okay, I'm in my prime, 26, 27, like I should be okay, until a fresh 16, 17-year-old walks in and it's like, oh, I am no longer the belle of the ball.
You might be clean, but you ain't fresh, brother.
It's not the same. So that was really it, just not being able to. And then, like I said, you see the younger group as a male, you see them and you go, man, at my age, when I was 17, I could have done this and this and this. And then you look and you go, man, I sound like my dad now. Like,
I say you're only 24,
back
man.
in my day. I
wish I was, I don't wish because I got my kids and my wife. I didn't have any of that then. But you're 24, man. You got your whole future ahead of you.
I know. That's why I'm trying to go back to play basketball so I can catch back up to the youngsters.
Well, hey, we do have our friends from CASA here this morning. We're going to be talking about a wonderful turnout for the bingo last week. A lot of folks turned out. We'll talk about more events coming up as well. We'll have them in just a few moments. Before we take a break, a couple of national days today to get your morning started. It's my day. And please, I don't ever ask for anything, but guys, this morning somebody out there is watching, and they're saying, Rob, we just want to come be a blessing to that show. And I know that you and Isaiah just look like y'all need some sort of sweets. It's National Cheesecake Day. Just let that sink in. And what I just said, it's National Cheesecake Day. A little strawberry swirl don't hurt nobody either. HEB's open and super short trip. I mean, it's like 10 minutes. You can get in and out real quick.
Everything in Huntsville is 15 minutes away.
1229. I'm just throwing out the address just in case you ever need it. 1229 J. Right here, First Baptist Churches. Come to the office. Molly's up front. Just drop it off with Molly. I'm just saying. Yeah. National Cheesecake Day. It's addictive. It's not just delicious. I'm addicted to cheesecake, man.
And if you're wondering, well, if I drop it off at the church, how does Isaiah get his cheesecake? Don't worry. I will drive from anywhere to this church for free cheesecake.
You cheesecake guy, too?
Oh, man. That's top-tier dessert.
Well, according to researchers, this is a very important institute that we all know of, Scripps Research Institute. All of us know about this. I've never heard of it, actually.
I actually do, but that's just because I worked for a TV station.
Do you really know about this?
Sorry.
How do you know about this?
So I worked for NBC. That was my first job when I left college. And every TV station, your local TV stations, are owned by a bigger company. Scripps owns a bunch of TV stations, which is where their research comes from. And the station that I worked for was owned by Gray Media, so they knew each other.
So they're farming data from people and turned it into a research institute.
Essentially, yes. I hate to shed a light on the industry. But.
Well, according to Scripps Research Institute, also owners of NBC television stations, high-fat treats like cheesecake can trigger the same pleasure centers in the brain as addictive drugs. This is very serious, man. Foods like burgers, chocolate, and cheesecake cause addiction-like changes in the brain. They fuel compulsive eating, all right? The more you eat, the more you crave it. It's not really about a lack of having any willpower, though. Junk food actually rewires the brain. Trust me, McDonald's is my favorite place. Yeah. Scientists have found that certain foods can drive dopamine spikes and reduce your brain's natural ability to feel satisfied. So that one slice of cheesecake, it might just be your brain's new best friend, or Isaiah, it could be your worst enemy. But we'll throw all that aside. Who cares about Scripps research? Because I'm going to scrap the Scripps this morning, and you bring that cheesecake here to FBC.
Yes, I would listen.
All right, we're going to take a break. Our friends from Casa are here, and let us know today if you're a cheesecake fella or gal. We don't leave anybody out. And come by, grab you some cheesecake whenever you drop it. Hey, if you bring it, you can have a slice of it too. Right?
Yeah. If you bring it, we will allow you to have a slice.
You know what I'm going to do today in honor of National Cheesecake Day?
What is that?
I think I may give away some cheesecake today. I'm going to give away some cheesecake on this show. All right.
Someone comment where the best cheesecake in town, where you can find the best cheesecake in town.
I don't know HEB. I mean, I don't know of any 1836, I guess, used to have cheesecake. I don't know if they do.
I don't know if they do anymore. I haven't been since they've reopened. So
HEB's all right, but it's all,
Yeah.
I'm going to give away some cheesecake today. I really am. and I'm going to go buy some.
I like
and
the
then I'm
idea.
going to give away another one. And all you have to do is text in the keyword. It is POOL, POOL. to 936-339-0139. A nice cheesecake coming your way. Again, text in the keyword pool because it's summertime. It's going to be the hottest day of the summer today, 98 degrees.
It's true.
It's been the coolest summer that we've had in like 15 years here in East Texas. Have you heard about this?
No, I just thought it was because of the rain.
Yeah, not now, though. It's getting hotter. So cheesecake, again, text in pool, POOL, to 936-339-0139. Hey, as always, we're here having fun on a wonderful Wednesday. It's brought to you by Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Over 27 years of educational excellence here in our community. 3 locations to serve you. You can find out more information at tomorrowspromise.info. Again, that's tomorrowspromise.info. We'll talk a little bit later in the show more about some events that Isaiah's been working really hard to put on this year coming up for Tomorrow's Promise in the Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. We'll take that break. Casa joins us on the other side. Stay with us. More to come. It's your show. This is Good Morning Huntsville.
At Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, we're not just a place where children pass the time. We're not a daycare. We're a child care center focused on growth, learning, and discovery. Every day, children engage in meaningful activities that build confidence, independence, and a love for learning. From reading and math to social and practical life skills, our students are active participants in their development. Ready to give your child something more? Visit tomorrowspromise.info and discover what makes our school different. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Education you can trust.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
The church should be transformational. And maybe you've never been to church, or maybe life has left you feeling lost, but Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." At First Baptist Church Huntsville, a harbor of hope, we're not trying to fit in with the world. We're here to help you step into something greater, a fresh start, a new life in Christ. Join us this Sunday at 10:45 and see what God can do in your life. Visit fbchuntsville.org. Hope is here, and we're saving a seat just for you.
Loving Jesus, loving people side by side. In this harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
Since 2010, the Oak Ridge Disciple House has helped men break free from addiction, not with quick fixes, but lasting change through Jesus Christ. They've celebrated 167 graduates at Oak Ridge and 138 more at Interfaith with an 80% success rate. That's compared to just 5% in most secular programs. The fact is, Jesus works. And now, celebrating 15 years, they're building their third house in Tennessee and just launched a women's program, Restoration Ranch in Texas. It's all for God's glory. And here's the heart of it. They never turn anyone away for lack of money. In fact, 95% of families receive scholarships. As one person put it, don't talk about it, be about it. Every penny counts. Donate today at oakridgedisciplehouse.com and help change a life forever. The Oak Ridge Disciple House. Online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Real recovery, real hope. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Braylon, say, "This is Spirit Radio."
This is Spirit Radio.
All right, friends, welcome back. Hey, by the way, if you pay $100 a month, you get the behind the scenes here on the show, and just $100 a month. You just send that on Cash App. Just kidding, we don't have that yet. We always joke around that one day we will have that behind the scenes here because we talk about a lot of fun stuff in the commercial breaks. Hey, as you're getting up this morning, thanks for hanging out with us here on another edition of Good Morning Huntsville. And right now, as you are waking up, if you're on Optimum or Sunlink, your internet's probably running really slow, just FYI. 71 degrees this morning. How about a little extra degree? Throw it on you. 99 today. 99 degrees. It will be officially the hottest day so far this summer here in Huntsville, and it's not going to cool off tonight. We'll only be in the low 80s to upper 70s. A little bit of rain in the forecast tomorrow, and throughout the weekend, we'll see those rain chances increase to 50% on Saturday. So, as the weatherman always says, keep an umbrella handy. That's just something they say to sound cool. We are here this morning with our friends from CASA, and they're going to be on the camera in 3, 2, boom. There they are. Oh, I'm off the camera here. I'm going to slide in over here. Cherie's over here. See, Cherie and I know each other. We know Rachel, too, but Katie, I'm glad you're wearing the name tag, Katie. I haven't met Katie yet, but Cherie and I, we friends. We were doing this special handshake a while ago. Rachel kind of felt left. She's like, I've never had this special.
I think y'all need to do it on camera.
Yeah, can we do it real quick?
Yeah.
Hey, Isaiah, do you mind turning this camera just ever so slightly? Isaiah, oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, right there. There we go. So thank you, Isaiah. Here's the handshake. It's like this. It's like that. That's like I came up and I was like, hi, how you doing? Hi. And then Cherie's like, yo, what's up? Like this. But then I said, you gotta gangstify it. And the way that you do that is you snap like that. Then you pull it back, and then you go 1, 2, boom.
I expect you guys to do that every time you see each other in
we
public
will.
now.
We will. Do they still do the hugs? Like where like you take, Isaiah, what I'm talking about? Like you give someone a handshake and then you like pull it in and you go like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I think
I do that at least twice a week.
I was going to say they do.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, welcome in, everybody. That's what we're talking about, handshake. And no better hands to shake than our friends from CASA this morning. Cherie Brabbitts is here. Rachel with us as well. Good to see you this morning. And Katie. I keep looking at your name tag, Katie. Sorry. I'll get your name in a minute. Katie's joining us this morning. 2 new faces at CASA, and we're really excited. But we have the microphone on Miss Rachel Drake first because
is it working?
It is. Yeah, you're here. I can hear you.
Okay, good.
So, Rachel, tell us what's been going on. We'll start with Rachel. Many folks know you, but just kind of quickly introduce yourself and your role and involvement with CASA. And let us know what you've been up to.
So I'm Rachel Drake. I am our program director at CASA. It's been busy, all in all the ways, really. So y'all previously knew Catherine James. She retired to care for her little newest grandbaby, and we are so excited for her on that journey, which gave us the new opportunity to hire Cherie and Katie. And so they have been going through their training, and they've gotten assigned their caseloads now. And so just the natural busyness that comes with learning a new job that is thorough and detailed as the role of CASA. And then also we had mud bugs and mulligans when their first few weeks in starting.
Y'all went right in. They went right in, yeah.
They did. And then we had bingo, just recently, and so it's busy.
Well, one more of my corny jokes, because what y'all do is very serious, and I do want to be serious about what we're highlighting today. But one more corny joke, just get out of my system. You had CJ Money, who's now gone. She had to leave. You had J Money, Janet. Janet has moved. She went to Arkansas.
Yeah, to be with family.
But now we got S Money and K Money. So, and then just R.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, I'm just kidding. So, anyways, well, Cherie, give us an update. How have you been, real quick, Miss Cherie, and let us know, folks. You had announced after it was like official on the show, but now you're officially official. You're in. You're working. Let us know your role at CASA and how it's been going so far.
Well, I started that role. I ended my previous role on May 30th. Started my CASA role and adventure on June 2nd, and it's been fast and furious. We, like she said, we did mud bugs and mulligans.
The algorithm's going to pick up on you saying that and probably copyright us, though, Fast and Furious, because the movie. I'm just kidding. You're fine.
Oops.
No, I'm just kidding.
But I think Katie and I both, we just hit the ground running. It's been a lot of fun, a lot of long hours, because we both did do the CASA, what is that training called? PSVT. Now, what does that stand for?
Pre-service training.
It was pre-service training. So,
wait, was it PSVT? Yes. Then what's the V then?
Pre-service volunteer.
Volunteer training. Okay.
V like Victor, not B like Bravo or Brabbitts. But we would work our hourly time, on our regular job, and then we would do training on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights and Saturdays, and we had, how many advocates did we end up certifying? 9? 12.
Well, I think there were 12 of y'all in the class total, so
12 in the class total, 10. And 10. Wow,
yes,
that's great.
10 that we certified. So, and once we did our graduation and then we were sworn in by the judge, it's just been right on. I've had 2 cases that we utilized, 2 of those new CASA advocates, and that's mine and Katie's role. We are advocate supervisors, so we help to Well, supervise the advocates that are out on our cases. So I handle San Jacinto County. Katie handles Walker County and Trinity County. We both have about 17 cases of our caseload. We've been observing court. Tomorrow I'll be the first time stepping into my real role, not observing any longer, but actually taking my role to the next level, advocating for the children in foster care and who are on my case, and supporting my advocates as they give their reports.
That's great, Sheree. There's a very serious thing to what you guys do. We talk about it all the time, and these children need help, and you guys are that voice for these children who otherwise don't have a voice, and y'all are doing tremendous work. I'd like to get to know Katie a little bit this morning, if that's all right. We'll pass it down to Katie. We'll see you, Sheree. We'll bring you back. Katie, tell us a little bit about you, just if you grew up here, how did you get here, any of those kind of things. Tell us everything except go ahead and give your Social Security number as well. No,
just throw it in there.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about your journey and who you are, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so I came to Sam Houston State University in 2021 into 22. I just graduated this May with my bachelor's in victim studies from Sam Houston. It took me about 3 years. I was working full-time over at Huntsville Farm Supply, so shout out to them. They're an amazing company. And then just kind of got brought into CASA, just real shocking. I've been applying for jobs since December of last year and just kind of didn't know where I was going to end up. And then probably around first part of May into June, I got 2 interviews, and it just went astonishingly well. And I just got welcomed into an awesome environment with amazing staff, and I'm just excited to be here.
Where did you grow up then?
Originally, I'm from the Washington and Oregon area.
Oh, okay.
So
you wouldn't tell, though.
No.
No. I was like, well, this girl grew up here in Huntsville.
My mom spent a lot of time in Texas. She's got some southern accent in her. My dad spent all his time up in Washington, and I grew up mostly in Washington, between Washington and Oregon area, and then got brought down here for college.
So how'd you pick up the accent then? Because I don't notice the Washington. Do y'all feel that? What I'm saying? Like it's.
Yeah, Washington comes out sometimes, I would say that.
Well, what's the Washington that comes out? Can you give us an example?
Well, my husband makes fun of me sometimes, says like certain words with an O will come out, and I sound Canadian a little bit since we're so close to Canada, but he's also from Texas, so I spend most of my time with him.
That's great. Well,
yes.
cool. Well, thanks for letting us have a little bit of fun there. It's my cousin was up in Bellevue for a long time. He worked for Microsoft, and so he lived in Bellevue, and I went up to that area several times. Beautiful. We took a cruise ship from Seattle called the Victoria Clipper. And when you think of cruise, I'm not talking some big old thing. I'm talking this little tiny thing that you're all cramped into. But we went to Victoria, Canada, the Bouchard Gardens. It was beautiful. Went hiking up Mount Rainier. So there's a lot of – so let me ask you this, just as we get to know you a little bit. You're here in East Texas, all the big piney wood trees. Do you miss all that beautiful scenery that's in Washington too? Because they have the mountains.
Absolutely. I just got done going to visit my family this past week. So they're up from Seattle area. That's where they're living at now. So I got to see all my snowy mountains and all of our trees again, and I missed the scenery up there for sure.
It's neat because when we were in Seattle, we were hiking up Mount Rainier, the foothills of Mount Rainier. I remember this it was 20 years ago, but I remember it was just like it was yesterday. And it was so weird because you're walking, and it was beautiful outside. I mean, we were wearing shorts. My cousin was like, you probably don't want to wear shorts. I was like, no, we're going hiking. He's like, no, you need to put on some long pants. Mm-hmm. We start at the bottom, and you're not walking up. I mean, it doesn't seem like you're walking up very high, but you do. And all of a sudden, snow starts showing up on the ground. And I was like, this is so weird because when we started on this thing, it was like 65 degrees, and all of a sudden there's snow. And he goes, aren't you glad you wore those long pants now? I said, yeah, I am. So, well, it's a neat journey. We'll go back to Rachel. Katie, so nice to have you on this morning.
Thank you.
Rachel, just for you, you've been at CASA now for, what,
7?
Well, I was going to say 7. I was going to say 3 plus 4.
Yeah, there you go.
It's kind of like one of those.
I just answered too quick. That's all it was.
It was one of those registration CAPTCHA questions. So your account. So I was going to say, to make sure we're verifying.
Yes.
So 3
fair.
plus 4, 7 years. I'm trying to save myself here. 7 years you have been at CASA now. Mm-hmm. How important is it when you have, 2 new people like this come on? I mean, you guys needed the help. You got it pretty quick, but just from your standpoint and your role, how important is it to have these 2 ladies now ushering in some new things and helping out in a tremendous way?
I mean, it's there really aren't enough words to explain how critical their role is. Our advocates are the ones who are doing the hardest work. They're the ones meeting with the children and involved in most of the communication with attorneys. But our supervisors are there in it with them very much. They're talking to them on a regular basis, problem solving. Well, okay, what did this court order that was filed mean? And my child ran away. How do we track him down? Like just from crisis management to just understanding the system, because as thorough as our training is, which it's pretty thorough, there's just always, the nature of this work is there's always just odd little exceptions or new variants that you come across that you haven't dealt with before, and our advocates work their cases, and some come back, and so they'll have a case that goes one way, and then they'll have a second case that we're like, well, I've never dealt with this in my first case, so how do I do this? So our supervisors are extremely critical. It's important that our advocates feel that support because they are volunteers. Half of them at least work full time, and so we're there helping fill gaps when things happen in their lives. Just because they're accosted doesn't mean that they don't have their own work and life and emergencies that happen where someone dies in their life and they're like, I can't make my child visit anymore. Can you help me make it? So, or if we don't have a cost on that case, the supervisor is there to support them and stand in and fill those gaps. And we're in there with them during case-related meetings, court. Cherie's going to get to stand in front of the judge officially tomorrow for her first time. And so, it's pretty important.
Get the mallet, Cherie. No, I'm just kidding. I know she's like, no, please. I do want to continue on, Rachel, about we're going to highlight some of upcoming events, but a very big event just wrapped up. I'm so sad that I couldn't go. I know Cherie was talking about being in New York too, and I wasn't there, but it was just I hate that we couldn't go this year. I've always enjoyed going and being a part of that event. A couple of years ago, I had the pleasure of emceeing that a few years, and then with our children, it just kind of got busy. And but obviously, still fully support what y'all do. You talked about filling the gap earlier, just with what they do in their job. Nonprofits receive grants, but there's still extra funds that nonprofits need. And those grants, by the way, aren't easy. It takes a lot. A lot of organizations have special grant writers. That's their sole job, is to procure grants. But you guys always need to raise money above what you get in because you need more. You always need more. You've got to help out families and do so much. This year's Casa Bingo raised over $135,000.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Literally unbelievable. Just blows our mind.
Well, let us know a little bit about this year's event, Rachel. I'll kind of let you lead, and then I'll go back to Cherie and get her thoughts, and then Katie can talk about it. It's their first time being on staff, being a part of this. But let us know how it went this year. A lot of people supporting and turning out in a huge way.
Yeah, so it's magical every year, but it's just like every time we can't think that there's no way we can top it. Then Laura has some little inkling of an idea of let's add this or let's add this. And we've had the art auction, which is art done by our children in care since the very first year. And so it's so wild because I've been here, me and Kim have been here since the beginning of bingo. And so to think back on our original year when we were just like astonished that someone paid $500 for a piece of child artwork in that first live auction, and how it was really nice, but it was a smaller scale event. It was the first time we'd ever done it. To flash forward all these years, and people are paying $5,000, $10,000 for art pieces, and we have a whole silent auction that has art pieces in it, and it's grown so much. There's tiers every year, and it's just really important to our advocates and to our staff to know that people care about our kids and the work that our advocates are doing, because it's really confidential work.
Yeah.
We can't go into all the specifics. And so when we get to have bingo and we have that art auction, we have the opportunity to share a little bit more about the stories about the child who made the artwork. Still all confidential, but it gives someone who is not already in our world, so we say, a really good idea. And it's just we're always so blessed and so in awe of how supportive our community is. We couldn't help the kids the way we do if it wasn't for the community supporting us. The grants definitely just aren't enough. But I mean, we just recently were able to buy one of our teenagers who graduated high school and is going to college. We were able to buy her a laptop, and we didn't have to tell her, no, I'm so sorry, you're going to have to figure it out for yourself, because we have funds to put towards child needs. Someone called the other day saying they needed a crib because the baby they had is now outgrown their bassinet, and it's a family member, and family doesn't intend to start over 20 years later to take in their niece or nephew, and so it's just things like that when y'all are supporting CASA, those are the things you're supporting advocates and the work that they do, and then children's needs.
Yeah. Cherie, highlight a little bit about the event from your perspective this year, getting to be a part of it as staff now. What was it like for you, and maybe just describe some of the moments you enjoyed about the event this year? Oh, wait, you weren't there.
In New York.
In New York. Cherie, talk about what you felt. Talk about what you felt. I meant for that question for Katie. I mean, I'm going to save myself all over. Talk about. Sorry, Cherie. Wow, I haven't blundered on this show in 560 episodes. How did you feel about what you heard after the event? I know you were there because you already had something pre-planned, but talk about maybe some of the prep going into it, and you were still involved, just in different ways. But talk about just your support and what you saw afterwards. Does that make sense?
Gosh, Rob, you put me on the spot. I did not have a big role this year.
Yeah.
My extent, I think, was I helped move the artwork from one conference room to the other.
But what I mean is, you're sitting there and you see this. You're still getting to see the things that are going in, and there's a lot of emotion that gets wrapped because you're thinking, man, this is children that are putting these things together. It's unbelievable to think about the work that goes into these events.
Yes, there is a huge amount of work that goes into it. And knowing that our advocates have visited with these children, created these art pieces with these children, brought the supplies, sat down with them, vested, and just help them to pour their hearts into the artwork. And whether they are a toddler, because toddlers can paint, that.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
I know very well that they can paint on things that they're not supposed to be able to paint on, yes.
Well, there were some of the most creative things. The turtle one is the one that sticks out in my mind. It was a beach scene of an ocean, and it would look like it was done by a professional, but it was done by children. And this is there's 7 siblings, and they each made a little ceramic dough-like turtle, and then she fired it. Then they
wow, that's cool.
Painted it, and they fixed it. They stuck it on. It's permanently on, like the turtles are all going towards the beach and into the water. It was one of my favorites. There were several, but that one really sticks out in my mind because I know how hard it is to just corral one little one to do. But can you imagine having 7? And it was just seeing that. And then, it's a canvas. And then to take it to the next level where you've got this beautiful art piece. And then you have a volunteer like Blaine who made the frames for all of the, there was the artwork project. There was a little bit of everybody going into that. You had Blaine that made the frames, and then we had someone paint them.
Terry Cook, who is on our bingo committee, did.
Yeah, Terry. She's saying Terry. She's saying
Yes.
Terry Cook. Sorry, I couldn't hear. So
Yeah,
Terry
Cook
did that. Yeah,
did the painting
Cool.
and the staining, and to see it go from a blank canvas to children doing artwork, to Blaine making frames, to Terry, painting it, staining it, and then me getting to move it from one conference room to the other, and then they take it out to Casa Bingo, and boom, you raise $135,000. Now that wasn't all from the artwork; that was
a lot
grand
more,
total.
too.
What do you remember? What the artwork total was? So was it 54,000? 42,000.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, just on the artwork. And this event sells out literally in hours.
Yeah, that's what Laura was saying.
Boom. Yeah. So, to
awesome.
have the support. Again, I have always gone to, as a participant, bought a ticket, been
That's
involved.
the way I think in my mind, and like the back of my mind, that's the way I was trying to frame that. But then I was just like in my own little world for a moment. Hey, what was it like, Cherie?
Oh,
So, but
well,
you went. I know you've went in the
I've gone
past.
before. It is a heartfelt. Bring a tissue, because you're going to hear the stories of what these advocates do. You're going to hear how they walk hand in hand with these children, how they are their voice and their representation, and which is so important because they need a voice. They need to be heard. They also need to know that they are loved, they are heard, they are cared for, and they've got someone. They may have 8 different caseworkers that come through during their time during their case. They may see, not anymore, but they have a different judge or this or that. But the one thing that they're always going to have is that one CASA, that one CASA advocate that's going to stay with them from day one until that case either is an adoption or the case, there's reunification for the family. They're going to have that one CASA that has been that guiding light, that voice, and that love for them the entire time.
I remember year before last I was there, and Lois Stellick had that, her art piece and that the child had designed, and I think it was Tim Rushing that bid on that one over at Charlie's Used Cars. I know there's so many other people involved too, but that one was the one that brought tears. Bridget was. I was teared up.
She did it again, and her child, even though he's been adopted, did an art piece, and it was beautiful. Another one of my favorites. They took and they all did their hands. The whole family, the new adoptive family, everyone did their hands all the way around, and then they had family, and then
Let me see that. Sorry, this thing was acting quirky. There we go. Sorry. Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
Okay,
so that's awesome.
So Lois did it again, and Charlie.
Yeah.
Did it again.
Wow.
So he bought more than one piece. Yeah, I mean, he has
Tim's
a collection.
Great, man.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. That's great. Well, Cherie, thank you. Sorry. I'm sitting here thinking not to keep talking about, man, I've done this 560 episodes, and that was a good, my mind is just kind of like, woo, hey, how y'all doing? Thank you, Cherie, though. I know you're such a tremendous impact. I do want to give Cherie a quick I've known Cherie a long time, long before CASA, and just like all of you, but Cherie's been so active in the community and supportive. She's been so supportive of CASA and the bingo events for many, many years, and now getting to be on staff and kind of see the fruit of everything, the labor that goes in behind it, I know is really, really awesome to see. So, Katie, let us know. Now, you were there, right?
I was there.
Let's clear that up first. Katie, how was it for you the first time, being on staff? Now, first of all, did you ever go to the bingo before?
No.
So you got to see this on staff and for the first time ever, really.
Brand new experience.
Yeah, so let's know about what you saw and kind of your takeaways from it this year.
I mean, honestly, before I even stepped into this, I really didn't know what was brought into the whole process. Like talking to our fundraising director, Laura Green, she is amazing, just an amazing individual. And I didn't know how many steps were brought into this. And it was just so cool to watch it play out. And my husband was a volunteer, and I talked to him about the event, and he was just like, oh, so it's just bingo night, and kind of just expected a little kind of community area and everybody playing bingo. And I was like, it is so much more than that. And he walked in while we were setting up and was like, wow, this is just an amazing event. There's so many pieces that are brought into it that people have no idea about. I mean, it takes hours of commitment from our volunteers and advocates, and they don't mind committing their hours. They don't mind committing their time because they know it's going for a good cause. That live auction just brings you to tears every time because especially as an advocate supervisor, the people behind it, their hearts and their compassion for those children, and where they're at. And some of those cases I did have, and just to see the artwork and see the advocates show their compassion just in a 2 to 3 minute video for those kids and those art pieces just brings you to tears. It's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Well, there's still a lot of ways that folks can get involved, can support CASA. Maybe you're joining for the first time. CASA, court-appointed special advocates. They serve Walker, San Jacinto, Trinity County. It's a tri-county area. There's a lot. These kids need help. They need somebody to come in and be their voice in the court system and help them through honestly what could be some of the most unimaginable things that children have to go through, that as parents, that I hope I never have to endure anything like that. But these people, they need help, and these children need help, and we have to be the voices, and that's what CASA does. Rachel, talk a little bit more. Other events are on the horizon coming up pretty quick. I mean, we just wrapped up the big one here. The Mud Bugs just got over with, but there's always more happening at CASA, so let us know how people can get involved.
We like to stay busy. So our next one is actually this Friday. It's our monthly Food Truck Friday with Frank's Tacos at McWilliams & Son. And it's the best tacos of your life, I swear. They're so good, especially the brisket tacos.
Oh, yeah, those are good.
Every week leading up to it, I always hop into Laura's office and say, can you ask them if they're bringing brisket? Because I won't miss it. And so I actually have to be out of town for a work meeting tomorrow, and I'm so sad. So I'm going to make my husband take a lunch break and go get me my brisket quesadilla and take it home for me so that I can have it tomorrow night. So
hey, can y'all bring some to the office too?
Well, they won't bring it to you, but you can do call ahead orders and then go pick it up, so you don't have to order when you get there. Even they make it super easy.
Yes, come out, McWilliams & Sons. Does that get started at 10:30 or is it 11? I always forget.
I believe it's 10.
Until 1.
Yes.
So I was way off. That's second blunder. 10 to 1. Come out.
It'll be on our website and our Facebook for sure. So, but as far as my memory tells me, it's 10.
Yeah, and it's never too early for tacos. That's for sure. So come out and
yes.
be a part of it. Anything else highlight? I know we've highlighted a lot, but I really enjoyed getting to hear from Cherie, and nice to meet you, Katie. Rachel, anything else that you want to make sure that we highlight this morning?
I think just look for ways, follow our social media. We talked about our big events. Those are our last 2 big events. It's been, a wild couple of months. We couldn't do it without the community who buy into it, who buy bingo tables and raffle tickets and things like that. But we also couldn't do it with our sponsors. So Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home was our presenting sponsor, and Big E's was the live auction sponsor. And so those are 2 really big roles that they play, and we're just really grateful for their partnership and all of our sponsors. I mean, there are so many. Laura joked about adding a tissue sponsor next year because year after year, there's just a room full of people in tears hugging. I mean, one lady who bought one of the art pieces in the auction, I mean, she was just visibly moved, and the advocate was there volunteering, and she was crying. I was crying. She was like, can I go give her a hug? I said, yeah, go ahead. And so she just went to her and just said, I'm the advocate who did that. Thank you so much. And besides from all the magic, seeing it in action, and seeing those like real raw moments that are hidden behind the scenes while everyone's cheering and getting ready for the next auction item, and like that, those little sparks of moments make all those really, really hard days in court and behind the scenes when an advocate's frustrated on the way things are going in their case, or just reading the really heartbreaking things that our supervisor and our advocates have to read, like those moments. And then at the end of cases when children get to be reunified with their dad or get adopted and have their happy ending, like it makes it all worth it, the hard moments.
We all do such great work, Rachel. I love being able to just sit here and talk to you guys. I wish that we didn't have to talk about CASA. I really do. I wish that it didn't have to exist, but it has to, because children need a voice. And you can help be a part of that. You can go to casaofwalkercounty.org for more information. It's casaofwalkercounty.org. Cherie? Any final thoughts from you, Cherie? I'm going to let Cherie have the last word. Is that okay? Wait. Hold on. Third blunder. All right, Cherie. Any final? Oh yeah. Man. Good night, Cherie. Any final comments today? I'll let Cherie have the last one here. Our friendship goes way back. See, I get too comfortable around Cherie. Hey, Cherie, how you doing?
Well, as Rachel mentioned, the community support is always so wonderful. We just had the opportunity. I have to share because my feet still hurt.
Those look like really comfortable shoes. My feet hurt.
I know what you're going. Yes, we back to school. The community has already supported us so much with the back to school for CASA kids. We have a backpack program where they are providing backpacks and school supplies for CASA children, and that is coming through
Fellowship of Huntsville.
Yeah, awesome.
Fellowship of Huntsville. And then we had a grant from
the Rotary Club.
I want to make sure that I'm saying everything right. But
I need to take a page out of your book on that.
Yeah. It is, what we do is, it's hard.
Yeah.
And, sometimes I'm like, gosh, I wish could just get outside. But yesterday we had an opportunity to just get out because we were able to go and buy the back to school shoes from the grant, from the Rotary Club, for all the children. We started at 9:30 and didn't finish until after 3. Was it
That's
after
awesome.
3? It was after 2. After 2. We didn't get back to the office because we had to eat. But yeah, just the community helping us to get these kids, situated and to where they can go back into school, into a setting, and feel comfortable. They're being fitted with these new shoes, and they're going to be able to walk in there and feel a little bit of happiness, and they've got a cool little backpack, and they've got all their school supplies. So again, thank you to such a wonderful community that supports CASA the way that you do. I never realized how hard the work that you all did. I always looked at how fun it was, and you warned me. Kim warned me. It is going to be hard, and it is hard, but it is so rewarding.
Yeah, that's great. Well, Sheree, thank y'all for being here. I wanted to give a special shout out to Kim Weezer as well. She's the executive director, and that woman works so tremendously hard behind the scenes. There's a lot of people that are in front doing a lot of things. You'll see Rachel on here a lot, and Laura comes on, and now Katie and Sheree, but Kim is always so busy. And I want to make sure that give her a special shout out as well. Her and her husband are wonderful folks, and they do a lot in the community. And Kim is always there. She's always working and doing a great job helping to lead the team at CASA. And so we appreciate CASA very much and appreciate the community. As Sheree and Rachel and Katie have all said, thank y'all so much for helping this year be such a tremendous success. And it goes to support these children in need. Thank y'all again for hanging out. You going to eat some cheesecake today? Any cheesecakers?
If you have some here, we will come back.
Well, come on back. Bring it by. We don't mind.
Yeah, bring the cheesecake,
Come on back.
Sheree.
Bring it by. National Cheesecake Day. Yeah. All right. Well, Katie, very nice to meet you as well, and glad to have y'all, here at CASA. And Rachel's always appreciate you. Wonderful organization. One final time, more information online at casaofwalkercounty.org. We couldn't have friends like CASA on this show if it wasn't for our foundation support. Folks like Tomorrow's Promise. Over 27 years of childhood educational excellence. You can find out more information about how to get your children involved online at tomorrowspromise.info. They're not just going to go and be dropped off and hope you get them back. They're going to go and learn, and they're going to come back and teach you something, because that's what my children do every day. They teach me something every day that they've learned at Tomorrow's Promise. Again, their website, tomorrowspromise.info. We'll take a brief break. More to come on the show. Isaiah rejoins us. This is Good Morning Huntsville. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
At Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, we're not just a place where children pass the time. We're not a daycare. We're a child care center focused on growth, learning, and discovery. Every day, children engage in meaningful activities that build confidence, independence, and a love for learning. From reading and math to social and practical life skills, our students are active participants in their development. Ready to give your child something more? Visit tomorrowspromise.info and discover what makes our school different. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Education you can trust.
Since 2010, the Oak Ridge Disciple House has helped men break free from addiction, not with quick fixes, but lasting change through Jesus Christ. They've celebrated 167 graduates at Oak Ridge and 138 more at Interfaith with an 80% success rate. That's compared to just 5% in most secular programs. The fact is, Jesus works. And now, celebrating 15 years, they're building their third house in Tennessee and just launched a women's program, Restoration Ranch in Texas. It's all for God's glory. And here's the heart of it. They never turn anyone away for lack of money. In fact, 95% of families receive scholarships. As one person put it, don't talk about it, be about it. Every penny counts. Donate today at oakridgedisciplehouse.com and help change a life forever. The Oak Ridge Disciple House. Online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Real recovery, real hope. The church should be transformational. And maybe you've never been to church, or maybe life has left you feeling lost, but Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." At First Baptist Church, Huntsville, a harbor of hope, we're not trying to fit in with the world. We're here to help you step into something greater, a fresh start, a new life in Christ. Join us this Sunday at 10:45 and see what God can do in your life. Visit fbchuntsville.org. Hope is here, and we're saving a seat just for you.
Loving Jesus, loving people side by side. In this harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
And now the time you've all been waiting for, from Studio 1229J in the heart of Huntsville, across from the Walls unit. Be real or be in trouble. It's Rick's Top 10. Wednesday mornings on Good Morning Huntsville. This morning brought to you by ID Berry. What you got going on for us, ID?
That was so spot on of an intro. I'm telling you, I may hire you just to be my intro person everywhere I go.
Oh, look at this. Look.
Like, imagine. Like, imagine I go into the Walmart and I have everyone that can, like, everyone knows me because you introduce me that way as I go into the Walmart.
ID Berry.
Coming into your grateful store today.
Watch out, Huntsville. He's walking into the grocery aisle. It's none other than ID Berry. Ooh, 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 ooh.
And everybody's like, whoa, is he, what?
Hey, let's do that, man. Why don't I dress up like in a security suit with glasses?
Yeah.
And then you put on a white suit with white shoes and like a white tie, but then like this gold chain. Man. And we'll just walk in, and I'll just pretend like I'm there, like your bodyguard, even though I'm not really bodyguard material. And we'll just see what happens. All right.
We'll probably average 4 confused looks, 3 who are you?
Yeah. Well, today is National Father-in-Law Day, and Rick, a.k.a. ID Berry today, it's ID Berry, a.k.a. Rick Boning, has it for you. You're going to read it. I'm going to hop up because I need to adjust your camera. So what do you have for us today? It's top 10 reasons to celebrate National Father-in-Law Day today.
First, the fact that we have a Father's Day the month before Father-in-Law Day, I didn't know that was a thing. So this is already, a very new holiday to me. But top 10 reasons to celebrate National Father-in-Law Day is, one, he knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy that might get you a discount on tires. So that's a great way to celebrate, right? A great reason to celebrate. Number 9, he's the only man who can fix your sink, grill a steak, and fall asleep in 30 seconds flat, all before noon.
That's my father-in-law. Come on, man.
I might fall into that category myself. Number 8, you never have to guess what he wants for Christmas because it's always socks.
That or a Bass Pro Shop gift card.
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
Very true. Number 7, he has more weather apps than emotional expression. That one's a little accurate. Oh, man. Number 6, he thinks every problem can be solved with duct tape, WD-40, and just jiggling it.
Yeah, just jiggle that bad boy, man.
Either the jiggling it or giving it a good smack on the top of it.
I've always said you jiggle it or you jangle it. No, I've never said that. I just made that up.
I'm a fan of, you ever fix the TV by giving it a good pat on the head?
We had a cinder block on ours. That's how it ran when we were growing up. No joke. My mom knitted a Texas flag over the cinder block so it
looked like it had some decorum.
It looked like it was supposed to be there. I'm not joking.
Oh, man. He tells jokes. Number 5 is that he tells jokes older than your marriage and still laughs harder than anyone else. That might be a dad thing, the dad jokes. Number 4, he's living proof that cargo shorts and sandals with socks are a lifestyle and not a phase. Okay, I believe it. Number 3 is that he offers advice whether you ask for it or not, and somehow it's always kind of right. Yeah.
Kind of.
Sometimes.
Not really.
We won't give him too much of it. Number 2 is he'll defend you in a crisis, but will also remind you that one time you overcooked the burgers.
That's it.
Forever.
That's it.
And the number one way to celebrate National Father-in-Law Day is he gave you the best gift ever, his child, and still lets you in the family group chat.
Thank you, Mr. Brennan, for your daughter.
That's a good one.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for just having a child,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you. Rick's Top 10.
Rick.
Brought to you by Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Online, tomorrowspromise.info. It's ID Barry.
We need
you mind if I start calling you ID?
I'm going to get a business card with that on it. I don't know. That might be what I go by now.
No, are you cool with me calling you ID?
Hey, yeah.
I like it, man.
I told you,
No, I'm
man.
serious.
In
You
high
cool
school,
with
they called me I.
I like ID, man.
Yeah.
Because you think about man, I got an ID. Yeah, that's my ID. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I got ID. He's right here.
Oh, that's good, man. I got these right here for you, and that's what you can tell people when they start messing with you, man. I got these right here, man. All right, well, check it out. It's National Whistleblower Day. This day honors those who step forward and report wrongdoing. It's important. Fraud or abuse, often at great personal risk. You think about that a lot of times if there's something going on, and this ties in perfectly. Here's the inspiration this morning. Man, this ties in so perfect. I was doing a devotional this morning, and this ties in so perfect with a verse out of James 4. Now listen at this. It says, this day honors those who step forward to report wrongdoing, fraud, or abuse, often at great personal risk. But you know what? Sometimes it's doing what is right. And I was studying this morning. James 4:17 reads this, therefore, to him who knows to do good and does not do it, to him it is sin. In other words, if you know there's something that you need to do and you're not doing it, that is considered sin. There may be something going on this morning that you need to tell somebody about. Did you know if you're holding that back, that's not favorable in the eyes of the Lord? This ties in perfect to National Whistleblower Day. There may be something you're seeing at your workplace, some sort of harassment, something going on that shouldn't be happening. I've only had that happen once, and it wasn't anywhere near here. Definitely nowhere, where I work here at the church or anything. But years ago in Georgetown, there was a situation of something that was going on, and I had to report it. It was some things that had started missing, and this person was telling, "Hey, man, this is so easy to do this and this," and I just didn't feel good about that. And I went and reported it, and that person, unfortunately, didn't have a job anymore. This was years ago. I was in high school, and the person that was doing it's no longer with us, so I don't have to worry about anybody coming at me. But, I mean, you need to sometimes be that person to step in. This was a law that was passed in 1778 by the Continental Congress. That just sounds cool, like, the Continental Congress.
We used to put words in front of things to make them sound cooler back in those days. Now it's just Congress, but back then it had to be the Continental Congress.
Yeah.
Now it's just the Senate, but back then it was probably like the Centennial Senate. It had to be cool.
Well, I served on the Centennial Senate, grandson of the Continental Congress.
with a pipe and a stovetop hat.
And start, excuse me, son. And we used to use words like purveyor.
Yeah, I don't even know.
See, y'all would have been like the purveyor of childcare back in the day. Purveyors of childcare.
I don't know. That word sounds a little crazy.
The law stated that it was the duty of all people in service to report misconduct. Whistleblowers, by the way, have played major roles in uncovering corporate fraud, government abuse. We all know the story of Watergate and safety violations over the years. And so, think about that. If there's something today that you've been on your mind and maybe you need to say something, don't just say something. Go out and do something, and make sure that that's there. It's also National Climb a Mountain Day. I should ask Katie that from Washington. You don't have to take on Everest. Almost said Everest. You don't have to take on Mount Everest to celebrate today. Day is about setting goals. See, you think about climb a mountain physically. No, climb a mountain, man. Set some goals and take steps to overcome. It's life's figurative mountains that we face. Great motivational opportunity this morning. So instead of just climbing a physical mountain, why don't you climb a figurative mountain this morning? A couple of this days in history is 1864. Civil War mine explosion happened in Petersburg. It was during the Civil War. Union forces attempted to break the Confederate lines in Petersburg, Virginia by tunneling under enemy ground. Think about the tunneling underground in 1864. It's not like they had tunneling device. They probably had pickaxes and shovels.
I was going to say, that was just good old elbow grease getting them under there.
Well, this set off a massive mine explosion. The blast killed many, failed to secure a victory. It was marking a major Union failure despite a creative tactic back then. 1945, the USS Indianapolis sinks after delivering A-bomb parts. It was just days after delivering components for the atomic bomb. Think about that. This ship, the USS Indianapolis, is delivering parts, components for the atomic bomb, which would later basically end World War II.
And then
not knowing that would happen.
There's a rule in science, I guess. I don't know how true it is or how much but it says that we as people can't obtain something without giving something up. And you think about, okay, you're delivering probably the most powerful bomb on the planet at that time, or it still is probably. And you have to lose an entire warship. Because you think about these naval ships, these USS Indianapolis or the USS Texas. These are they're integral parts of having a military, but they're also very big. It's a lot of money to lose one of those. But you gained the parts from the bomb and lost that ship.
Yeah, look at this.
Just funny to think about.
They delivered the components, but then just days later they were torpedoed by a Japanese submarine. Of the 1,996 sailors aboard, only 316 survived. And they were days adrift in shark-infested waters. This remains one of the world's most disastrous naval mishaps in U.S. history. It's 1956. We all see In God We Trust, although, unfortunately, you don't see it as much anymore. I'm glad that I'm still seeing it on a lot of things here in this area. President Eisenhower signed the law that made In God We Trust the official motto of the United States. It replaced the more skeptical, unofficial E pluribus unum. This reflected the Cold War's era on emphasis on religious values as a contrast to Soviet atheism. And also the final Volkswagen Beetle in 2003. I used to be a big Volkswagen Beetle fan, man. I love those things. The old 74. I always wanted the Superbug. The classic VW Beetle was assembled in Mexico. The classic one. Now, of course, you see the newer style, but this was the classic one. They were still making the classic Beetles with that same style for 30, 40 years in Mexico. It was the end of an iconic design that was born in pre-World War II Germany and really loved worldwide. Herbie was my favorite movie growing up. You ever watch Herbie?
Yeah, Fully Loaded.
I still remember this, dude. You ready for this? That was a little theme song to Herbie, man. And a little cute little car rolling around, little hood was flapping. 53, man. To this day, the Beetle remains one of the most recognizable cars ever made. Terry Crews, our boy, turns 57 today. NFL player turned actor and host. Terry Crews, that can do all the weird muscle things.
Yeah.
Known for Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Of course, he's on America's Got Talent. His iconic Old Spice commercials. He's also an accomplished artist and a strong advocate for mental health and men's issue. Terry Crews, 57 years old today. A couple of other things you need to know today. Happy Halloween. Home Depot is already getting ready for Halloween.
Man, it was just New Year's Day yesterday.
Home Depot has officially rolled out its Halloween decorations. You can see 12-foot skeletons, LED ghouls, and spooky inflatables lining the aisles next to the patio furniture. I'm not a fan of these stores putting out stuff so early. I mean, Christmas will be here before they even take the Halloween stuff down. We hadn't even got time to get through Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And, you think about it, it makes the time feel like it goes by faster because you're already looking forward to Halloween. Like, we still got August and September to get through. It's not,
Well, eat your heart out Shark Tank week, because there's another thing that's starting to get popular now. It's tarantula mating season here on the Discovery Channel. No, it's not on the Discovery Channel. But if you live in California, Colorado, Kansas, New Mexico, or right here in Texas, keep your eyes on the ground. It is
tarantula mating season.
The males are roaming around looking for love, so it's not uncommon to see them crossing roads or sidewalks. Big old hairy spiders, and they're harmless though, but they are everywhere right now. I still will not hold a tarantula. I'm not. I can't do that, man.
People will love to. My thing with people who say that dangerous animals are harmless, like, because you hear people say, "Oh, tarantulas, they're harmless. They're not like the bad spiders or a snake or something. It's non-venomous. It's harmless. It's not like the other snakes." Like, I still don't really want to be around it. And I don't want to hold it, although I love all of God's creatures and his animals, and I think that they're magnificent, majestic creatures. I'm just not too big into, like, I go out at night under my carport, and every time the sun goes down, the spiders use the carport to build their webs and make out. I've started to where if I don't go anywhere before the spiders build their nests around the carport, I'm just not going back out to my truck. I'm okay. I don't want to go out. But
well, yeah, there it is, man. There's your day.
Now it's their mating season, so we got to avoid them.
A couple other things. Then I want to highlight these events before we hop off today, Isaiah. You guys are doing great work at Tomorrow's Promise. Want to make sure we highlight that. Did you know that there was a law that's passed in a certain state because something kept tearing holes in trash bags? Well, what is it? Well, it happened in Beech Grove, Indiana. They banned watermelon in parks. I mean, this is one of those laws that said you guys have too much time on your hand. There's an actual law there in Beech Grove that makes it illegal to eat watermelon in public because the rinds, after you eat the meat, they have the rinds left over. They tore holes in the trash bags. And so they're tired of picking up ripped open trash bags. You cannot eat that anymore. So if you want to go to Beech Grove, Indiana, bring peaches instead. Although they're probably going to come out with the law and say the big peach seed in the middle is going to start tearing them next.
Yeah, that's a Champagne problem to have, if I ever heard of one.
I'm one of the 9 out of 10 that did not make this stat, unfortunately. New data has shown that 1 in 10 Americans now a millionaire. This was new statistics. 1 in every 10 Americans now a millionaire. It's the most of that is tied up in property investments and retirement accounts, not just big old stacks of cash, but it's still a surprising shift in wealth demographics that I am definitely not a part of.
Yeah, no, maybe I become one of the one in future times, but definitely not now.
Just remember us little guys here. Yeah. Remember that intro that I did for you, ID.
It's the intro that's going to get me there.
And just remember that, ID. Don't forget about me, okay, buddy?
I'm taking you with me.
I'm hoping one day I come across somebody and you're that guy, ID. I like that name, by the way.
It's going to stick. I'm telling you. When I get new business cards, that may go on there.
I could see you being a preacher, man.
You think?
ID Barry. Dude, that sounds like Reverend ID Barry.
Oh, man.
Look, a big revival tonight. Tonight in downtown Austin, Texas, Reverend ID Barry.
Oh, man.
See, I'm telling you, man. God's got a plan for you, brother. I know you're busy at Tomorrow's Prime doing great work, but there's a calling right there. ID Barry, Reverend ID Barry.
You sound like my pops.
There's also one final thing here, a new study, and we've talked about this, but we know about this, but there's another study. So it's not just it's another study. Mm-hmm. If Kay was here, she'd talk about this on her Kay's Wednesday Wisdom. But kids who get smartphones before the age of 13 show higher emotional struggles. This was another study, a new study, found that kids who got their first smartphone before 13 had significantly higher rates of emotional struggles, including anxiety, aggression, and unfortunately even suicidal thoughts. Experts recommend holding off on giving kids their own devices and encouraging tech-free social time. I think about this a lot Isaiah, because our children, I'm proud to say, they watch a little bit. We have like a Facebook portal with YouTube on it, and we've got it on some of the kids' things that we trust. But even then, it's maybe 10 minutes, and then they're done with it, and they're back to playing with their blocks. We don't have any of that. We don't have any of that in the car. I'm not a big fan of having the screens and stuff in the car, and they look around and they're like, oh, Daddy, look at the tree. Like this morning, we were talking about colors. Caden was like, grass, green, trees, green, sky, blue, road, brown. I was like, the road ain't brown, but it's black and gray. But it's kind of cool, man.
No, and I support.
And I'm not knocking any parents that do. I'm just saying for us, I just feel like that's so important that they're not around that stuff all the time.
Yeah, and even not in like a negative light, for people who say like, oh man, if you put your kids on that technology, things are going to happen to them. But not even in a negative perception, just to help them a little more. The less time they spend with the technology, it's only the more time that they have to experience the world around them or to interact with the things going on around them, because they can learn a lot from the iPads and the phones and things like that. I'm not saying that they can't, but the best thing for them is to learn from experience, learn from the things that they're seeing in front of them. What better way to see that the sky is blue and the grass is green and the trees are green than to look outside and see them, on your way to tomorrow's promise, or
which I was on my way
on your way to tomorrow's promise.
I was on my way this morning.
But I think that's a really important thing to highlight. Is just let them go outside a little bit.
Switching gears briefly, there was a birthday I forgot today. The governor turned 78 years old today. Action star, the former California Republican governor, fitness icon Arnold Schwarzenegger, rose from a small town in Austria to become Mr. Universe, a global movie star, Terminator, Predator. We all know the movies. Still, one of my favorites was Jingle All the Way, the Christmas movie he did. Two-term governor today. He's still active in politics and climate advocacy, and yes, he still says,
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
He's also still huge.
78 today, Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's crazy, man, to think about that. Well, hey, I got a few stories for you, and then we're going to wrap it up with some things about tomorrow's promise. I got three little kind of, off-the-wall stories that came across the wire this morning, and one of them was a story about a smart scale that outdumbs a cheater. All right, you ready for this one? There's a woman who separated from her husband, got suspicious when she checked the smart scale app tied to their bathroom scale. She noticed a weigh-in recorded at 12:30 a.m., but it wasn't her husband's usual 190 pounds. Suddenly, he had lost 70 pounds. He was at 120 pounds.
Oh, man.
She wasn't home. Her husband claimed he'd been alone, but thanks to the Bluetooth syncing, the scale silently snitched. She posted this discovery online, asking if she was overreacting by assuming he had someone else over. The internet's reaction, nope, you're just weighing the evidence. Yikes.
Man.
There was a boyfriend who fled to an Airbnb over a meowing cat. Meowing cat here. A 33-year-old woman has been dating a 40-year-old man for over a year. They've lived together since January, but her 8-year-old rescue cat, Fluffball, is driving him nuts with early morning meowing sessions. She's used to it. Says the cat meows and bursts for about an hour, and she sleeps right through it. But her boyfriend, not so much. He finally snapped and moved into an Airbnb to get some sleep. He even suggested she rehome the cat. Her reaction, she cried. His response, he accused her of being manipulative. The internet has also weighed in on this one. Rehoming the boyfriend is easier than rehoming the cat. Try something else. Try getting married first, then live together, and maybe y'all can figure that out.
Yeah.
And also, finally, a forgotten wallet was found in Ford Edge after 11 years. This was a lost wallet. Boy, think about that. I lost a wallet with $500 cash in it. That may have been my wallet.
In a Ford Edge?
I hadn't been on a vacation in probably 11 years. I was going on a cruise, and my driver's license, you have to have your driver's license to get on the cruise ship. I lost it 3 or 4 days before the cruise.
Oh, man.
I could not get a rush replacement. Didn't have, and I had to have it.
They don't take the paper one, do they?
But I found a driver's license office in our county in another small town that said that they would give me a picture identification, and they did it for me and saved my vacation. But this was a mechanic in Lake Crystal, Minnesota, don't you know? He was driving a routine fan replacement on a 2015 Ford Edge, the vehicle, when he discovered a leather wallet hidden atop the transmission. Inside, a Ford employee's ID, $15 cash, some gift cards, an unused scratch-off lottery ticket. It turns out the wallet belonged to Richard Guilford, who had lost it on the assembly line 11 years earlier. That's pretty cool, man. He was working in sweatpants instead of his usual uniform. The wallet stayed tucked inside the car throughout multiple owners and 150,000 miles. The mechanic, Chad Volk, tracked Richard down through Facebook and returned the wallet in person.
So many questions. One, how well put together was that Ford Edge to where that wallet never moved from inside of there? Two, let's say you find the wallet with the lottery ticket inside and it's got winning numbers. Do you keep the money, or does the person whose wallet it belongs to keep?
It goes back to James, man, because if you feel like that was the right thing, if you should have did something right and you didn't do it, then there you go. There's your answer. And then I keep saying and finally, there was some news last night, and I put this in here on my prep sheet just for a reason, because last night, huge earthquake. In fact, one of the top 5 earthquakes ever recorded hit off the Russian Kamchatka Peninsula. I can't say that word. I almost said Venezuela. This was a powerful magnitude 8.8. Now, there was a 9.0. That was the one that destroyed the power plant there in Japan years ago. This was an 8.8 undersea earthquake, struck off Russia's far east Kamchatka Peninsula. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Peninsula?
Peninsula.
Peninsula.
Yeah.
That could be like a daughter's name. Peninsula, come here. It's got a name. Peninsula. Peninsula Hip. PH.
It all worked, yeah.
This
PH Hip.
This happened this morning, in fact, over there. One of the strongest tremblers ever recorded. The quake originated at a very shallow depth, just under 12 miles beneath the seafloor. Within an hour of the main shock, though, multiple aftershocks of 7.4, 7.5, 6.7, 6.6 rattled that same area off the coast. This triggered, by the way, tsunami watches for both Russia and, of course, Hawaii. They were later canceled once those risk assessments were updated. Authorities lifted tsunami warnings after predicting wave heights of up to 2 feet for the coast there and lower heights for a different part of Russia. But anyways, everything was fine. The buildings were kind of swept by floodwater. Kindergarten school suffered structural damage. There were some injuries, but thank the Lord, no confirmed fatalities as of now. Emergency services evacuated roughly 2,700 people from the coast. Also, Japan getting in on this because of this tsunami warning. The Japan Meteorological Agency warned of possible 10-foot tsunami waves, but actual waves measuring just over 4 feet there came. 2 million residents were placed under evacuation advisory. No major damage reported. And then in Hawaii, kind of the same story. There was about a 5-foot wave coming, but no injuries or anything. Again, this quake now ranking among the top 6 actually ever recorded, the largest, which is kind of crazy to think about. That when you think of the thousands of miles, Isaiah, from there to the Hawaiian coast happening. Well, hey, it's been a fun morning. I want you to highlight some events. You're here with Tomorrow's Promise. Obviously, we couldn't have folks like Casa and have a great Wednesday, but let us know what's going on and what you've been working on. A lot happening at Tomorrow's Promise, man.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, the biggest thing, and first and foremost, is going to be our Lasso Your Imagination event, which we have given the moniker Boots, Barbecue, and Bingo. So kind of a Western Met Gala, but we've also added bingo along with some of our other entertainment options. I mean, not only will there be, it's bingo with a twist. So just to give that the highlight.
A little something extra with that bingo.
Just gives people more chances to win.
A little extra lingo to the bingo.
Exactly. You sit around and you think, and somebody yells bingo, and maybe you had 1 square left or 2 squares left to go, and you go, man, I could have won if they'd have just called out one more number. Well, we'll give you that one more number. When someone wins, instead of everyone clearing off their board, there's one more special number. give another person a chance to win each time. So if you're interested in that, then come on down. But we'll also have our silent auction, live auction. We'll have a ton of desserts there for auction. So if you're into that kind of thing, may have some cheesecake. If you're into that kind of thing, and not only that, but we'll just have live music, and there'll be drinks and food there. And we have a bigger menu this year, so there'll be, brisket and boudin and sausage and everything, pulled pork, the whole 9 yards. So it's really a great event, and it's all it all goes to help the Dolly Parton Imagination Library, who we've partnered with to send free books out to youth under the age of 5 here in Walker County. And then the next thing that coming up that you guys will be on the lookout for will be our Taste Your Imagination, which we're calling it a Taste Fest. Essentially, you will be able to pick up a booklet from us, and there will be a section in each booklet where you can get a stamp at participating restaurants and maybe get a small discount off from that restaurant, or a free sampling of food or something or other. But each restaurant, it'll be something different, and it gives you a chance to go out and see the restaurants that we have here in Huntsville and see the community, and who knows, you may find your new favorite spot to eat. So and it's fun going around collecting the stamps, and gives you that booklet as a little keepsake. So those are our two biggest things coming down right away. The Lasso Your Imagination, if you would like tickets, visit our Facebook page at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, and you can either scan a code or click on the link. We also have an event set up there. You can also go to our website, unleashyourimaginationorg, and tickets will be available for purchase on that website as well.
Awesome. Well, there's all the info that you need. And friends, again, connect with Tomorrow's Promise on Facebook, online, their website too, tomorrowspromise.info. But Isaiah has just posted those links on the Facebook page. That's probably the easiest way to get to it. And what I'd recommend is go to facebook.com. Just search for Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. We'll share a post too, as we always do, on Hello Huntsville. In fact, we're going to share that thing right now. So if you go to our Hello Huntsville page, you will easily be able to find that post as well. So we'll post it, and make sure that you like, though, and follow Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools on their page as well. You can find out more information about all that and get connected. Get those tickets. There's just a few remaining. And this year it's going to be a lot of fun. Bingo with a twist.
And we're also allowing, this year, we do have children's tickets. I know in the past we've kind of not encouraged, but I guess people have just kind of left their children at home. But, the whole thing is for children. So, get your children a ticket. Let them come. Get them some barbecue, and maybe they'll convince you to buy them some dessert. Or
make it a family evening.
Yeah, make it a family event. So, promise you we'll have entertainment for all ages. If you pick up your ticket, you can order your ticket online. You can pick it up at any of our 3 Tomorrow's Promise locations. We have one over on Veterans Memorial, one is on Old Houston Road, and one is right over on 10th Street by Mr. Hamburger. So regardless of what part of Huntsville you're in, you can go and pick up your tickets after you buy them online. So
awesome. Well, Isaiah, thank you, man. A lot of people joining us today. Autumn Wheaton, we were talking about whistleblowing, and check this out. I love what she wrote here. I wanted to read this real quick before we go. She said, if you don't address it, you bless it. If you don't report it, you support it. Evil prevails when good people do nothing. Ooh, that's deep.
That's powerful.
Autumn. That's
right
really
there.
good,
Yes.
Autumn. So I appreciate you talking about that. She said, encourage one another, and this is what it says in Hebrews 3:13. Encourage one another daily, as long as it's called today, so that none of you may be hardened by sin's deceitfulness. Autumn Wheaton throwing it down with a little surround sound this morning. So thank you. Also, Russell Humphrey, our mayor, joining us. Oh, yeah. Appreciate you, Mayor Humphrey, for being here with us. And also, Let's Go Huntsville. David McIntosh was on this morning, and many, many others. Been a fun morning.
Yes, sir.
Isaiah, thanks for hanging out, man.
That's ID buried to you.
ID. Little extended show this morning. I know Rick and Kay were out, and they have always got a lot going on. You got a lot, too, but we can go a little bit longer today, so we appreciate it. Big thank you to CASA. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Join us. Pastor Jason Bay right here at First Baptist will be with us on the show, and we will have Daniel Celaya on with us tomorrow talking about a art market that's coming up. So Hey, as I end every show, reminding you this morning, we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. So please provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. I promise somebody out there needs you. Until tomorrow, good morning, Huntsville, and God bless. We'll see you later. Big thank you to Tomorrow's Promise and I.D. Barry. Thank you, brother.
No problem.